Y'all get ready?
Yes, you get ready.
Hey, yeah. If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.
Good morning, tea sippers. I hope you guys are doing good today. So it is even more drama going on with this whole trophy wife situation. As you guys know, I found out about it on my live stream. So I went to do some research about it yesterday. It took about 2 hours to just, gather some information, get a backstory on this woman. And then I did my video yesterday. And then I had a few people email me videos of her live stream. And in the background, you can hear her children crying and things going on. But let me say this before we even get into the topic of the video. Please understand that everything is not for everyone. I don't watch every content creator. There are certain genres I am not into, and that is okay. That'd be like me shaming or getting mad at you because you don't know, the backstory to the latest conspiracy YouTuber that I'm a big fan of. That may not be your thing. I'm not a big fan of this whole dating, giving advice, red pill, hypergamy. That's just not my thing. I'll casually watch if they come up on my feed on TikTok, or if they're viral for some hypocrisy, then I'll go ahead and check them out. But I've never been into these types of channels, from Kevin Samuels to Shara. Again, if they come up on my feed, if they're viral for something, I'll check it out. But you can't be upset because I don't know all the details of this woman, Isis. This is not my type of content. I don't care about this. I'm not the age range that they're aiming for. I'm a grown woman with grown kids. So I'm not looking to hear somebody half my age teach me how to get a high value man. I've been on this earth long enough to know that high value does not consist of a wallet. High value consists of integrity, morals, and how you treat people when nobody's watching. To me, that's high value. Because don't forget, I come to the table with my own bag, my own money. I've worked very hard over the past 10 years to become established financially and be the woman that I am today. So there's nobody online that I need to look to or follow to give me any type of dating advice or relationship advice. I'll take my advice from God. Simple as that. But to each its own. So I want to kind of preference that because I get tired of this misconception that, well, why didn't you point this out, or why didn't you know about this? I don't know this woman. Y'all brought her to my consciousness. So I'm not going to sit here and watch every 2-hour live stream that she's done for the past year and a half. I don't know, and I don't care enough to do that. But if you guys send me a video and there's timestamps and you're saying, hey, T, check this out, I would definitely do that. But don't come at me with the accusatory tone as if I'm purposely not sharing some information that I didn't know existed. So what's going on basically is that people are digging more and more into this trophy wife story. And there's some really shady, disturbing things that I'm seeing. And I really hope to God this woman is not lying about the situation. But you guys know I've been on social media long enough to know that people will do things for a bag. And even if that means throwing their entire situation and children under the bus, they will do that. Now, there's a video on Isis's channel at the 11-minute mark where basically she's busy trying to tell you all, her fans and her audience, about how to get high-value men and stay away from dusties and, just all this stuff. And in the background, there's a lot of disturbing noises. That did not sit well with my spirit at all. It frightened me as I was listening to this background. And you hear the daughter in the background, and she's saying, ow, and stop. And you hear the husband in the background. And then she proceeds to say that the daughter is upstairs with the husband, and she's being kind of loud. So this is on her full live stream. Somebody named Glee Olong, they ended up clipping the video and then also putting captions so you can kind of read what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and play that for you guys right now. I want you guys to go ahead and check this out.
But I definitely understand it being hard because I stayed in situations much longer than I had to because I had children in those situations. So I understand the struggle of that. Definitely. But you know, there's that saying, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's when you'll make a change. And that's very true. So it's just all about whenever you have the courage to do that. Sorry if my house is noisy in the background. I don't know how much you all can hear. But there's so many of us that it's just like that. So if you hear stuff in the background, just act like you don't. I showed my baby sis your video about dating. If you guys can hear my daughter, she's upstairs with my husband being cranky. So I just don't know how he was able to get away with it and so sneaky, because with my own trauma, I watch my kids like a hawk. Aww. If you hear my kids in the background, they're with daddy. You can easily click off if you don't agree. And to be honest, I really don't care who doesn't agree, because at the end of the day, I really don't have to be doing this. I don't have to work. I'm still, whether you like me or not, I'm still going to be rocking Chanel and driving a Porsche. So, you know, was that earlier today or yesterday? Like, oh, I could never date an older man. I can never date a man that doesn't have any swag. Why are you here? Why are you here? You are not ready. You are not going to get this lifestyle because you don't deserve it. So, as we know, most men don't prefer to date women that have already had children with somebody else. But if a man sees a woman who is a single mom being such a great mom, then it'll make him a lot more likely to reconsider dating someone with children. It's actually super sexy to see a woman mothering her children well and creating a beautiful family environment. Don't get caught looking dry, okay? Because if I catch you looking dry, -5 points. No, minus 20 points if you're looking ashy. You don't deserve to be a trophy if you're looking ashy, okay? Men pay attention to these things. Another thing I noticed, women, if you have arm hair, look at your arms right now. If there's hair on your arms, shave it off. Go upstairs and shave it off, because that's looking real masculine. It's looking real crazy. Shave that arm hair off, please.
All right, so you guys just saw both of those disturbing videos. And this entire situation is not sitting well with my spirit. The fact that she says the daughter's with the husband, you can hear the daughter screaming and saying, ow.
Don't prefer to date women that have already had children with somebody else. But if a man sees a woman who is a single mom being such a great mom, then it'll make him a lot more likely to reconsider dating someone with children. It's actually super sexy to see a woman mothering her children well and creating a beautiful family.
Now, what bothers me with some of the advice that this woman is doling out, it's not good advice. Most men do not prefer to date single mothers because, again, you have to have a man who is mature enough to understand that these are not his children. Children are not perfect. And are you able to handle the role as a stepfather? Are you able to mentally and emotionally handle when those kids say, you're not my dad, or when they're, acting up and acting out and things like that? So for her to say that, men will see this as sexy, understand that a lot of men who run towards single mothers, not all, but some do, because they know it's easier to have access to those children to potentially abuse, because they know the single mother is overwhelmed. She has a lot going on. She's busy with work and trying to juggle a family. So she's going to see this man as her Prince Charming, her rescuer, somebody that she can lay her burdens on. So this is not good advice because a lot of predators go after single mothers because they know it's easy access to the children. So you have to watch who you're getting advice from and what they're saying. And again, this is not all men, right? Because there are some wonderful stepfathers out there who treat children like their own, who would never think to harm a child. But again, PDF files smell and know desperation when they see it. That is why when I was raising my sons, for a majority of their life, I was single. I think I was only in like one or two relationships after my divorce. Just because I don't trust a lot of people. I don't trust people around my children. I did not feel comfortable dating until they got older, until they could speak and let me know any and everything. So a lot of these men love women who are desperate, who are looking for a come up. So he saw her desperation. Remember, he asked her on the first date to be his girlfriend. She moved in with him as soon as she broke up with her ex. And a lot of times predators will abuse children in plain sight. Remember Jimmy Savile in London. Remember when he died, all of the abuse claims came out. He was literally fondling, sexually assaying people right there on television.
That is supposed to be me, Ernst. What did I ever do to you that you would draw that picture of me?
Everything.
Super times for all. No danger about it. In fact, let me tell you, if you don't work in a hospital, you really are missing something. In fact, you're missing everything.
Right in the public eye. Even with the Menendez brothers, there's a picture that has gone viral on social media of, I don't know which brother, but he's sitting on the father's lap. I think it's Lyle. And the father's hands is in his private area. And you see, I want to say it's Lyle. I could be wrong. His hand is on his dad's hand, and he looks so uncomfortable. A lot of times things are right in plain sight. I could see this crazy man literally saying to this little girl, your mom cares more about views and talking to her audience than protecting you. He knew that she was so busy trying to doll advice to her audience that was the perfect time to mess with the daughters because she doesn't want to be bothered. She's trying to create content. So this is the best time for me to essay them. I mean, there's no reason for a little girl to be in the background saying ow and screaming and wincing when she's with her father. That's weird to me. And it's weird that she didn't think to stop filming or say, hey, y'all, I'll be right back. Let me go see what's going on. How many times have I been on live stream and my kids have interrupted or, they've popped up in the house and I'll stop and say, hey, or, they're all downstairs playing basketball and it's like, okay, it's kind of loud down there, guys. That's just what you do as a mother. I'm not going to be hearing an ow. I don't care how old my children are and ignore it. I'm just not going to do that. So for her to have young daughters and they're saying things like ow and stop and, and for her to just keep on putting makeup, it's just really disturbing. And again, please do not take this as, oh, T is victim shaming, T is mean, because I get so tired of that narrative. Anytime you speak the truth and you point out something and say, hey, this doesn't make sense to me, everything is not victim blaming. Everything is not shaming. What I'm saying is that we have to look at things with common sense and say that, okay, this is not right. And if you find yourself in this situation, learn from this and fix it. If your own home is like this, look into it further. Don't just assume that the child is playing or being, bad or not listening. Delve into the situation. Eventually, yes, she said that the daughter told her that, she was being essayed by the father and, she took steps. But again, even as of this morning, I'm researching. I'm not seeing an arrest. I'm not seeing where this man is in jail. All I'm seeing is her talking about her GoFundMe and clapping back to people on social media. Let me go ahead and read this for you guys. So in this post, she says, I'm so tired of misinformation. My daughters are his biological children. This could happen to anyone. Also, I knew this man for 6 months, period, before I became his wife. Yes, I ran a background check. I'm not stupid enough to date online without one. He has had no prior charges other than some speeding tickets. I saw every speeding he ever had before. I agreed to go on the first date. My dating profile said I had no children. I never married for money. I married because he pretended to have all the same values as me. I married to build a family on a solid foundation. He never showed signs of being a PDF file, but yes, I'll take the blame. There's also another content creator whom has 2 daughters by her husband, their biological father. Would she also be a dumb pick Misha? So that was one of her responses.
My first ring was 10 grand, so it wasn't a super expensive ring. And the ring I have now is 20 grand, but I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm like, all right, I'm ready to upgrade. When I met him, but the first car he bought me was my Porsche. That was our first Christmas together. And before that, he already had a Range Rover, so that's what I drove when we first got married. So I just drove the Range Rover, and then I picked up my own car. What do you think? Is it good? And since then, I have quite a few cars. It's easier to get my husband to buy me a car than to buy me a handbag. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. I drive all the foreigns. The foreigns are for me. Our family vehicle, it's like a big body Mercedes. That's the one that we typically drive if it's like all of us, because it's a 7-seater. He will drive that when we go out as a family. But if he's by himself, he's just going to drive the truck, and I'll drive whatever car I'm in the mood to drive. But to be honest, I'll typically just drive the Mercedes because that's just the car I'm used to driving. And it's high. So with me having heels on, I don't have to like get too low. The Porsche is very low. So I'm typically never going to drive the Porsche in the wintertime because it's just too much. And he bought me an X5 for, what birthday was that? My 26th birthday. I got an X5. And I don't really drive that one as much since he bought me the Mercedes. So that one kind of just sits.
I'm still, whether you like me or not, I'm still going to be rocking Chanel and driving a Porsche. So.
And then in this one, she's saying, thank you for your empathy. This man has done everything to break me, drain the accounts, cut off my cards, cut off the internet in the house, turned off my phone, had the family vehicle stolen. I've had to apply for food stamps. My children are struggling. I hate to even feel the need to justify needing help for 5 children. After a situation such as this, people are people. Now I'm confused. I thought she had 4. I thought it was 2 boys by somebody else and then the 2 girls. So where did this 5th child come from? Unless she's pregnant again. This was about 6 hours ago. Okay, so he's drained the accounts. He's cut off the credit cards. There's no internet in the house. Where's the police report? And where's the evidence of this man being in jail? She's had to apply for food stamps. Where is the police report showing that this man essayed your daughter and there's some type of investigation? I am more concerned with that. I don't know. This whole story is becoming more and more strange to me. She has a GoFundMe up. People have been sending her money. I get needing help. But something with this whole situation is just crazy. She was clearly in the video ignoring signs. I'm not seeing where she's saying that this man is in jail, but she's letting us know that she's had to apply for food stamps. And yes, this can happen to anybody. A pedophile comes in all shapes, creeds, ages, financial backgrounds. They can be wealthy, they can be dead broke. A deviant is a deviant is a deviant. Yes, this could happen to anybody, especially if you choose to ignore the warning signs. I don't believe she did a background check. I don't believe it. You know, people say things on social media to sound good. Most people don't do background checks. She said she had on her dating profile that she had no kids. But then how did the man end up falling in love with your boys so much that he cared about you being a single mother and he cared about the fact that you already had kids if when he went into that relationship, you said that you didn't have children? Her story, her math is not mathing. Her story is not adding up. Again, from her original video, If I take her at face value, I believe something happened to those babies. But now with these new videos coming out, it's making me give her the side eye. Like, were you possibly complicit? Were you ignoring it because you were enjoying the lifestyle? But then it became too much. So let me take this to social media and try to revamp my channel. Again, we live in a world where people will do anything for attention, for fame, for virality, and for a bag. I don't put anything past anybody. So if you want to call me a victim shamer, a victim basher, feel free to. But something with this whole situation, especially now that more videos are coming out, is not sitting well with my spirit. And I'm going to leave it at that. So with that being said, y'all, let me know your thoughts on this entire situation. Let me know your thoughts on this update. Let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. And I will talk to you guys later. Deuces.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.